bath method. Essentially, it just kind of laps in the piston. That way it makes your initial tanks or running a lot easier, more user-friendly, and ultimately better for the engine because it's less stress on the connecting rod. And it works super good. A lot of the top guys in the world are using my service and winning races all over the world with it.
Yeah, I use the Adam Drake break-in service. It's a game changer.
I don't think there's anybody else that can do it better.
Wouldn't go with anybody else.
So some of the guys that have used my service, obviously myself, Ty Tessman, Ryan Mayfield, Robert Battle, Spencer Rivkin, Mike Truey, you know, a lot of other guys, just kind of local, regional level racers all over the world. I've even had guys send in engines from Philippines and some guys from Europe and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
I've been sending my stuff to Adam Drake to break in on his machine.
I use Adam because I know he's got the most experience probably of anybody.
I would trust him over anybody.
The oils he uses, everything, he's got that all figured out, so I don't even have to worry about that.
The amount of time and effort he puts in, you know, he's done a lot of research when it comes to what kind of oil you would put in there.
Ton of experience with it, ton of knowledge.
Adam's worked with a lot of people that understand oil and what viscosity would work best with this type of material and these really tight tolerances that these engines have.
At the end of the day, if you can save the time and the money on the fuel, it probably saves you about a gallon of fuel breaking in. And it obviously is easy on the connecting rod, and definitely the correct way, I think, to break in new engines.
It definitely makes my job easier.
It saves me a lot of time.
I don't have to try to sit around and waste time breaking in engines with slow, crappy tanks. It's one of the worst parts of RC, breaking an engine.
My run time and my cars have definitely gone up. Awesome fuel mileage. Both cars are calculating over 10 minutes, which will be good for the 9-minute pit stop in the mains, which is basically what you need to do to you know, not lose that 4 or 5 seconds with an extra stop. So yeah, I mean, having Adam break my engines in just makes my life easier. It makes anybody that uses that service, it's saving probably 2 or 3 days at the track of breaking in an engine, which is valuable time you can do other things with, you know, like if you are going to go to the track, you can use it for testing instead of, you know, worrying about taking it easy on the motor, or hell, you can just spend some time with your family.
DNC's been awesome. Last night in the Truggy division, in the 40-plus class, the podium was all drivers that use my break-in service. Don B winning, Rhonda in second, Chris Nelson in third. So we do it for all makes and models, again, all skill levels. And then in the pro class, Ryan Mayfield took home the win, who also uses my service with his Maxima or MX-powered OS-based engine. So if you're interested in the service, you can feel free to email me or message me through Facebook, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible and give you the details of what I need to get from you, how long it will take, and the steps needed once you receive the engine back from me to kind of finish the natural break-in process. Because there is still a little bit of a process that you need to do after receiving the engine back, but after doing the hot oil break-in, it just makes that a lot easier, and again, helps with performance and longevity of the engine.
What up, Nitro Nation? Yes, world champion Dodgers. So we have the world champion Dodgers this year in LA, and we have the Lakers. I'm not a Laker fan, but I am a Dodger fan. Clayton Kershaw, one of my favorite players for the Dodgers currently. Anyway, #1 baseball team, #1 basketball team. Now all they need to do is for the Rams to win, but I'm not a Rams fan either. I'm a Cowboys fan. So anyway, what up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac is here. We have obviously a set of first and last runs. Actually, this one here, the Bone Stock LRP Z.28R8. This is the last of a dying breed. This is the first time that I've ever owned a 28 LRP. And the other two 28s that I own are Pico P328 and obviously the Novarosi 28 Rex Legends. I have 4 of those. I have a good friend of mine, and don't hold me to this because I don't know. I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag early, but I'm not saying it's for sure. I have a very close friend of mine, one of my brat brothers. I might be purchasing a brand new bone stock, never fired up 28 Rex Legend. Not a Truggy, a Rex Legend. So that will be number 5 for me. So, like I said, I don't know. I've been trying to get it from this guy for a long time. But who knows if he's even going to give it up. But that doesn't sound right, give it up. that sounds, but hey, remember, this is, R-rated, definitely not for children, Muggy Maniac, Nitro Porn, for sure, but trying to keep it clean, because my daughters do watch my videos sometimes. But anyway, this thing is bone stock. We're on tank number 6. I've done 4 on the box. I've done a quarter throttle on the ground. I do it what I call my break-in method is the Broda Drake, part Mr. Zob, part Adam Drake, or how Adam Drake used to do it anyway. Now he does the EBIS, as everybody knows. But anyway, this thing's bone stock. We're gonna run it. I want to see what it's got. I'm not gonna show you any running video of it until I get it to where I'm pulling full throttle on it. Once I start pulling full throttle on it and giving it some, full throttle, ripping it a little bit, you guys will see that footage first. I'll tie it into this little video. I just wanted to do this kind of introduction thing where it kind of shows you where I'm at, what's going on. This is the last break-in that I'm going to be doing. I have 2 other engines that don't really need to be broken in because they've already been broken in. And if you know or don't know, once you get a break in an engine and you send it to RCR, Lance Heidman, and he mods it, the modification has 0 to do with the break-in. It's completely separate. So once you get it back, you don't have to break it in again. All you do is you idle a couple tanks through it and it's ready to go. This is the V1 that I just picked up, brand new V1 Pico Team Edition. It's a 5-port. It's got all the bells and whistles, DLC coated crank, ceramic bearings. We're going to rip about 2 or 3 tanks through this, put a tune on it, see if we can dial it in, and I want to see what it's got. This one has already been broken in by Adam Drake. It's been done through the Adam Drake EBIS break-in system, the Drake system, whatever you want to call it. So this engine is actually broken in by Adam Drake. So it's ready to go. We're going to probably, do a couple, maybe a tank of just tuning it, not really getting hard on it, just kind of, getting a feel from it. And then we'll run another couple tanks and we'll really give it some, we'll lean on it a little bit. We'll pin it a few times, and I want to see what it's got before I send it into RCR and get it modded. This 28 8-port LRP is also going to get modded by RCR. So another 28.8 Truggy engine, says Truggy engine, is born again, man. So you guys will see it, you guys will hear it, so stay tuned. Let me finish running the tanks through this thing. I've only got a couple hours of light left. It's kind of hard to just break in, working 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts sometimes. Barely have enough time to do this. But I want to get this engine done and finished because it's coming out of here. As soon as I pull this out, it's getting boxed up. And this one too is getting boxed up. Both of these, and I think another 2 more engines. So I'm going to send 3 or 4 more engines to RCR and get them modded. But I want to get these out of the way. And as usual, I always, for the most part, I want to break in and run an engine bone stock before I can get it modded. And I highly recommend that. That way you can really appreciate the modification, and more importantly, you can see the big difference. Okay, so that's another reason. There's only been like 2 motors, I think, that I've ever owned, or actually 1 now, that I've ever ran stock, and that's the Triton L3. You know, but I know Lance's work, and you know, it's a badass engine. But I will be getting another, probably going to get an L5 Evo, run that one stock completely, and then send it back to Lance and get it modded. But anyway, I want to read you something, because before I end this little part of the video, because we're going to, I got to finish breaking this in, and then we'll get back to this. But anyway, a lot of people hit me up because they said that that somebody put out a video, okay, and is claiming that a .30 Habayo made in Taiwan is the next, if anything is a replacement for the 28.8 Rex Legend, it's these. If you guys want to get one of these, I know Woogie Nitro mentioned that these are not in existence. I know a guy that has about 6 of these engines. So if anybody's interested in this engine, after you've watched me break it in and run it stock and get it modded and go through the whole process, hit me up and let me know. For 200 bucks, it's well worth it, okay, for that engine right there. This engine is actually, believe it or not, better quality. The .28 LRPs and the .30s, and this is what my engine builder told me, because he has more experience than I do, so I trust his information, that this engine here, the .28 LRP and the .30 are of better quality than the .32. Okay, now the 30s are pretty rare. I haven't seen that many of them, but I know somebody that has about a half a dozen of these Z.28 LRP. So if you're interested, let me know. But anyway, so yeah, so somebody said, hey, yeah, what do you, I had a bunch of people hit me up, what do you think, Muggy, about this, you know, person saying that the .30 Habayo 3-port pull start is the next replacement, it's a good quality. So I'm like, this is what I always do. When I want reputable, creditable, valid information about engines, I go to one person and one person only. And that's my engine builder, because he's been doing it longer than most. He's the only one out there that has his own company that makes his own and engineers and designs his very own engines. Okay? And he's worked for one of the biggest nitro companies in the world. Okay? So that's enough for me. It's the reason I deal with him. So anyway, I hit him up. And I said, okay, this guy, here, I'll even show you. So I don't know if you guys should be able to see this. Can you guys see that? I said, okay, this guy claimed, and there, you can see who it is. Okay? There's his name. If you want his phone number, go ahead and call him, and you can ask him the same thing I asked him. I said, okay, this guy claims the Habayo .33 port is the next best, I spelled next wrong, is the next best thing to replace the Rex 28.8. This is what he said. No way. Those are trash. Just another idiot. SMH means shake my head. Now, obviously, Lance doesn't know who this guy is. I mean, I didn't say any names or anything. I just asked him. And he said, no way, those are trash. Just another idiot. Shake my head. All the OFNA and Force engines are trash. So there. So that's what I told people that asked me. People that asked me, hey, Muggy, what do you think about the Habayo .33 port? I said, well, I asked my engine builder, and this is what he said. So there you go. That's not just me saying it, and I believe what he says above anybody else out there, okay? Because this guy knows his shit. Anyway, that's all I got to say. So it's time to fire up this engine, people. All right, so I guess I'll let you guys hear a little first fire, and then I'm going to end this video and finish my break-in, because I don't want to bore you with all this quarter throttle and half throttle and you know, all that. I'll see you when we get back to the the full throttle. Full throttle rips. And no, people, I do not run a switch. If you run a switch and you don't have any issues, hey, to each his own. I've had issues with switches, so I won't run them anymore. Okay, I don't think I need to heat this up. I think we're good. Let's fire it up again. Now listen, here, since I'm doing this, here. There's a Savox. $100 Savox Cavalieri. Listen. Endpoints are set. Doesn't do it that way. But even when you don't stress it at all, when you just turn it. Hear it? Now listen to this. Protec. The Protecs, I never have issues with them. So, there you go. What up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac. As promised, it is time to lean on this bone stock LRP Z28.8, okay? Yes, another 28.8 port is born. In the Mugen MBX 7 TR RT race trucky. Love this vehicle. People always ask me, what do you like better, Mugen, Techno? Well, if I was going to race, I would race this thing. As far as bashing ability, it's okay. I had no problems with it. You know, granted, I haven't jumped it 50 feet in the air, but I've beat this thing up pretty good. And I haven't had any pillow ball. No pillow ball issues yet. Granted, this has all the bells and whistles. We got the king heads, front and rear, aluminum, 70-75 aluminum chassis braces, carbon fiber top, servo saver plate, you know, titanium turnbuckles, carbon fiber, aluminum. This thing has got all the bells and whistles. Remember, I did own an 8 before. I had an 8. I like the 8, although this has offset hubs as well. So this thing is about a ½ inch wider all the way around than an MBX 8. So hub extensions, I think that's what they're called, but that's what this has. But yeah, I love this thing, man. And as far as wrenching, if you're a person that likes to wrench and likes to tinker and likes to, you know, fine tune and always, you know, upgrading or you know, stuff like that, definitely get a Mugen. If you don't, if you're the lazy type of, if you're the, because there, you know, there is nitro guys out there, unfortunately, that are still lazy and they get by. Those are the ones that always have the issues, though, and they always bitch and complain because they can't clean their shit. So anyway, if you're one of those guys that just, you know, doesn't have the time to do a lot of the cleaning, Muggy is OCD. Well, every time after I'm done running this, even though I haven't put it in the dirt just because of all the oil and shit all over this thing from breaking it in, I'm not tearing it down, but I'm going to go through it with a fine comb and I'm going to clean every nook and cranny of this thing without stripping it down, because I don't need to strip it down. But you know, you can do a pretty good outer cleaning without tearing it down. If you're OCD like me. But anyway, and if you're a guy, like I said, that doesn't like to wrench and do all that and tinker and everything, get a Techno. Technos are tanks, bulletproof, well balanced, well oiled machines. I love my Techno NT 48.3. I know they're going to be coming out with a new one, but a lot of people said, hey man, even if they do come out with a new one, it's not going to be better than mine. I mean, some of the internal stuff will probably be better as far as the gearing and stuff like that, maybe some of the geometry, but other than that, I mean, I got the M2C chassis. Me and Woogie did a lot of upgrades. The only thing Woogie hasn't done is he hasn't put the aluminum shafts on. And if you're watching this video, Woogie, go to the Techno online website. That's where you're gonna find them. And they have the front and rear 70-75 aluminum shafts for the Techno. So anyway, without further ado, let's fire this thing up. I'm going to not do too much footage of this thing. We're just going to rip it a few times. Like I promised you guys, I want to see what this thing's got now that we're at full throttle now. I'm not going to... It's hard because I want to scream it and I want to pin it. I want to push it right now, but I know better. It's a brand new engine. This is only tank number 9. I've done 4 on the box, 3 on the ground. This is number 4 on the ground, so I'm not going to scream it too much. Oh, we did get some goodies. Not goodies, but we got some more Sidewinder race blend 3012. Now I still have like 4 gallons of Byron's 3011, and I still have some 20% Byron's for break-in. But I have about almost now, since I've been kind of collecting little by little, I've got about, I'd say I got about at least 2 gallons of this Sidewinder. And it is available through Horizon. It's like $12, $13 a quart, so it's not cheap, but it's not really high priced for now anyway. So, but like I always say, if you want quality, you're going to have to pay a little bit more money. That's just the way things are. So anyway, I haven't ran it long enough to give you my full assessment on what I think, but so far so good. Highly recommended by my engine builder. And like I said, he's the guy that I go to about engine stuff, fuel, everything, and he highly recommended this. He said, Byron's is the best, but since it's gone, this is the next best thing. Sidewinder Race Blend 3012. Now, if you can find 3011, 3010, even better. 3012 is okay, but like he said, you know, and he's talking more for racing. For bashing, 12's not much different than 11, so it's 1% more, but I'd rather have a little bit more protection than anything. So, alright, let me put this thing on, the headgear on, let's fire it up before it gets dark. Man, I've only got an hour left, and we are also, this is my nitro fuel right here, Pure Zero Rockstar. Alright, people. Alright, let's fire this baby up and let's get her ripping. Too many people are yapping and not enough brapping. So, my suggestion, less yapping, more brapping. Okay. But so far, so good. I don't have a tune on this thing at all. This is stock setting. Remember, there's no Novorossi carburetor on here either. I have a milled one on deck, ready to go if I need it, but I figured I'd try this one out. I don't know. I know it's different than the newer X-Tech carbs and even the other X-Tech carbs that come on the LRP32s. I don't know too much about this carburetor, but so far so good. It hasn't given me really any issues, but again, I haven't really tried tuning it, and I'm not in that stage right now. I'm just breaking it in. It's probably, it's idling a little high, but again, it is running rich, so let's fire this bad boy up. Let's let her rip. And she is rich, people. That's how I like it when I'm breaking it in. Nice and rich. she's still really rich. But remember, this is only tank number 9, so I'm not trying to lean her out. Just trying to keep her idle in. And run another fuel. Now, the next tank, I'm throwing the 3012 Sidewinder on it. And then we'll start really messing with the tune more. See, I don't want to do too much pull. And I've only got a 14 clutch bell on this thing, so. But she moves pretty good. I mean, she's bone stock, so. Couple little full squeezes. I can't wait to get this thing modded. I'm telling you, people, stock engines do nothing for me. Stock engines, 28s, 32s, doesn't matter, do nothing for me. But she sounds okay. Alright people, we are running her stupid rich still. This is tank number 10. Prior it was 9. This is actually, no, tank number 9, I'm sorry. This is first, we took her off the Byron's 2016. She's still rich, and we got her on the Sidewinder 3012. I got the idle a little bit high because I'm running it rich, so when you're breaking in an engine, when you're running it rich, remember, it's not going to idle as low as you want it to because it's gonna load up too quick. It already loads up when I stop, but so I set my idle a little bit high. You do what you want, but this is what I do. Remember, that's my disclaimer. This is what works for me. Do it the way you do it. We are giving her full throttle now. Bone stock, 28.8 LRP. There's pinned right there. So she's not bad. Compared to my P3, doesn't have that same grunt. Does definitely have a top end on it. You can, for running how rich I am and it's not even leaned at all, yeah, it's got a lot of top. Okay, so, you know, and as far as that Hobio engine, you know, whatever you do, don't order it through Willpower, RC Willpower. It'll take you about 3 months to get it. I've dealt with that company in the past. So, but you can get it from other places. I found one with a sealed back on it. Who knows, for 160 bucks, I might get it just to try it. Although my engine builder did. He strongly advises me not to waste my money, but it's 160 bucks, no big deal to me. I just might do it just to see what the hell it's got. I know it's made in Taiwan, but you know, it's for shits and giggles. You know, who knows? This thing's not bad. The carburetor, I don't know because I haven't really tried to tune it. As far as this X-Tech carburetor, I don't know how good a carburetor it is until I start trying to really dial it in, but I'm running it really rich, like my high end needle's pretty much flush. It's idling okay for how rich it is, but when I go to get on it, you can see it load up because it's just running rich. But this engine's not bad, but it's definitely got to get modded. See, it loads up a lot, but it definitely. Well, we got about another half tank of this, so I fire it up again, run it back and forth a few more times, get on it. Just kind of wanted to show you guys. Now coming up, now after I pull this engine out of here, next we will be putting in the modified, RCR modded R5R Reds, because I haven't ran the Reds in my any Truggy yet, so. I did notice I got a front outer drive shaft on the right hand side. It's got a wobble in it, so I got to replace that. But it definitely has more to desire. I mean, for a stock 28 Chinaman, it's okay. Just like I said, each his own. Stock engines just don't do a lot for me, so this thing has to get modded. So it's going to come out of here, and we're going to send it to Lance. See, we're getting on it, you know. It's still running really rich, and I'm still breaking it in. I don't normally scream my engines, but I really don't care. This is not like it's an Italian engine. I've got an extra connecting rod, piston, and sleeve for this thing too, which, if you're going to get engines that they don't make anymore, they discontinue, highly recommend getting replacement parts for them, especially the Novas. Yeah, it's idling kind of high, so it's okay. I'm not trying to get it tuned. I'm just trying to break it in a little bit before I send it off. That way when I get it back, I don't have to do all this. All I got to do is idle a couple tanks through it once it's modified, and it's good to go. Like I said, if you got one of these stock, it's okay, but alright, that's about enough pinning on the throttle. I probably shouldn't even be pinning it. Well, actually, I'm not pinning it all the way. It's pretty close to full throttle, but I'm not totally just holding it there. There ain't no 9 seconds pull. 9-second pulls here, baby. Not yet, anyway. We can do a 4-second pull. Here, let's start it down here. We'll do a 4-second pull. Full throttle. There you go. Not bad. For a Chinaman's 28.8. Not a Rex Legend. Not a Pico P3, but alright, people, stay tuned. Coming up next is the Pico V1 Team Edition. 21. We're going to be running that in the, sorry about that. We're going to be running that in the Pico. One thing I definitely don't like about this carburetor is the adjustment is like underneath. It's underneath, which sucks. Yeah, the carburetor adjustment, I mean the idle screw is underneath it. Sucks, I hate that. That's how the P3 is. We'll probably end up replacing this carburetor with the Novarossi milled. I'm not completely sold on the Sidewinder yet because I haven't ran it long enough, so I'm not going to make an assessment of it. So far so good. I haven't really seen it affect the tuning at all. The 12%, I could probably maybe go 10% or I mean 11. But other than that, this fuel seems to be pretty consistent. Whoa, was that the front end pulling up? What? What? Did you guys see that? Was that the front end coming up? With these bald tires on it? No way. Oh, shit. What? 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 As rich as it's running with bald tires? Come on. How can the front end come up with this little stalker here? Uh-oh, fuel. Running out of fuel. Getting low. Now, if you're going to pull the front end up on something, and you want to impress anybody, don't do it on a monster truck. Because it's not the same thing. Get a race truck and then do it. Oh! Well, I take that back. This stock LRP 28 has got some balls. Wait till it gets modded. Definitely coming to life. Oh, there we go. Out of fuel. Definitely coming to life. All right, people. Remember, do as I say, not as I do. So, try not to run out of fuel. As long as you're not screaming it and that happens. But, we are bone dry. Okay. Well, she was coming alive at the end there. Big time. So, anyway. All right, people. There you go. First and last run of the bone stock LRP Z.28R. Running the Pico. What pipe is that? This is the pipe that came with my Pico engine that we're going to run here next. 2046 Pico pipe with the stock header on it. I'm running a 15, I believe a 15, 14 or 15, I can't remember, clutch bell on it. Look at these tires, man. This thing is pulling the front end up with bald tires. Look at those tires. Bald, people. There ain't nothing there. And you seen it, man. That shit was coming up. Glad I didn't flip it. I don't want to scratch this head. It's one thing, you know, the Muggy hates is scratch heads, and I have a couple of them, and not proud to say that, but I do. But anyway, that's it. Stay tuned. Coming up next is the Kyosho MP9 TKI4 Spec A with the bone stock EBIS, which is Easy Break-In System. It was motor bath by Adam Drake. We're running the 9901 Super Strong, and I believe the 41021 header on it. Running a regular standard clutch bell 13, I believe, on it. But anyway, we're going to fire that one up next. All right, people, stay tuned. Catch you in a minute. People, I forgot, happy Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween, so, but, you know, came out here to the Pico, help out handing out some candy maybe, if anybody shows up. But anyway, without further ado, you guys have just got done seeing pretty badass Chinaman 28.8 LRP, and you know, I never really spoke highly of them. Yes, they do make the biggest engine in nitro, but the quality isn't there, and everybody knows that. Although, looking at the quality of the 28s and the 30s, and I'm looking at getting a 30, LRP 30, but the 28s and the 30s, you can see that the quality was actually better than the 32s, unfortunately. But anyway, this is the B1 Pico Team Edition. This one is the one that I picked up. It's pretty much new. It's got a half gallon ran through it, maybe. It's been, it's had the Adam Drake EBIS break-in motor bath on it. So that's already done. So I don't need to break it in, which is cool. I just want to run a couple tanks through it. We got the, again, we have the, I'm still trying out. I have about, like I said, 4 gallons or 6 gallons of Byron's 3011 left, and some Byron's break-in fuel 2016. But I want to give this Sidewinder race blend stuff a shot, see what it's got. So far, it's not bad. I haven't had any tuning issues with it. I just put a box tune on this right now. I'm going to just go with what's on it. I'm not really trying to dial in too much. I think it sounds fine. Remember, nitro, as far as your tuning, yes, I don't tune to temp, but I don't start putting a tune on my shit until I've got until I'm around at least 180 to 200. That I will highly recommend. So let's see what this little bad boy has. There's about 3/4 throttle. We'll let her get warmed up a little bit more. She's about close to 200. But we'll run a few. I'm gonna maybe run 1 or 2 tanks through it. I'm not gonna film 2 tanks. This is basically gonna give you guys a little footage of what this thing's got. Remember, this has got a DLC coated crank, ceramic bearings, the whole 9 yards. She scoots though. Bone stock. Again, this one's going to go with the LRP .28 and probably one more. I'm looking at another Pico engine. that I just found. Brand new. Another .21. Yeah, I need another .21 like I need a hole in the head, although I do want a couple more Picos. This is my first Pico 21. I paid 200 and some change with a pipe. But she's got some cojones. She's got some nuts. Now that's full throttle, full tilt. So there's another full pull. And obviously my favorite pipe of choice for any bone stock .21 is the infamous Novarossi 9901 Super Strong and the 41021. Highly recommend. It's funny, everybody I see selling quality .21s or people that have raced that are selling them on eBay, they always, if they come with a pipe, that's the pipe they always have. The 9901 Super Strong Nova Rossi pipe with the 41021. I think that's probably the best all-around combo for a stock engine. I would race that pipe, definitely. It's actually nice out today. It's about 80, 85, nice and warm. I'm only running a 13, which is what I usually run standard on my 21s, but anyways, she sounds pretty good. Pretty good on fuel. Look, I still got like a half tank. Idle's okay. I mean, I just did a box tune, like I normally do, and it sounded okay on the box. It idled. The idle came down. At first it came down gradually, you know. Now, again, on the single stage, whatever. Hey, all engines are different. Some engines will idle down right away, and some of them you will struggle to get that idle to come down right away, and then some of them will just gradually idle down. So, is a single stage better than a two stage? It doesn't matter, long as it runs right. See how that blew a little bit of smoke? Pulled away clean. Didn't really hesitate. Didn't come down right away. Like right when I stopped, it didn't come down right away. But it came down. So, which is all I'm concerned. I mean, if you want it to come down, all it is, you want it to single stage, all you do is you mess with the idle. That's all it is. So this engine's pretty cool. I mean, this would be a good engine to race, but I've got other engines. If I was going to race any of my stock engines, it would be my other Reds, R5R that I have stock, or my Virtus. Make sure the camera's still working. Sorry about that, people. Had to take a little men's break. But as I was saying, I mean, am I impressed with this engine? I don't know. Stock engines don't do a lot for me, you know. My cousin he just got one of those a Reds 23. I ran it. He has it in the MBX8 Truggy I sold him. I ran it. Didn't impress me. Matter of fact, I think this thing here would probably spank it. Little 4-second pull, baby. Yeah, she moves for a stock 21. But does it really do anything for me? Not that much. Now, if I race it on a track, it's got plenty. I love this Kyosho. The thing I love about this radio also, wireless, no antennas, man. So cool. This thing is good on fuel, man. Look at it. We've been ripping it around for a minute. Pinning the throttle, look. Barely below half tank. Alright, people. Well, everybody has a safe Halloween. You know, like I said, it's not really a holiday to me or something I celebrate, but I might hand out some candy to the kids. My nephew is coming over, and I don't see him that much. My sister's kid, Nicholas. He's the one you guys have seen in my nitro cave. There's a picture of a handsome-looking young man, handsome-looking young kid. That's my nephew, Nicholas. We're pretty close. Anyway, and he plays guitar too. He's pretty good. Maybe he might bring his guitar over and teach me a thing or two. But anyway, there is the Pico EBIS Adam Drake broken in .21 V1 Team Edition. Blah 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 blah. Ceramic bearings, DLC coated crank in a badass whip. I can do some drifting. These tires are so bald. Oh yeah. Not bad, 21. But she will be even badder-asser once she goes to Lance and gets supersized, because that's where she's going. I just wanted to run a couple tanks through it, and that's about it. All right, people, that's all I got. Like I said, have a safe Halloween trick-or-treat time with the kids, whatever. Be safe out there. Don't take candy from strangers. And who knows? Maybe I might try one of those Habayo .30s. You know? I got nothing better to do than to waste $160. I would never send it to get it modded, so I don't even know if I'll do it. Because stock is not going to do nothing for me. And Lance would probably never talk to me again if I sent one of those garbage engines to him. But if you want a replacement for the 28.8 Rex Legend, I'll tell you what, LRP 32. Get it modded, man. You won't regret it. Is the quality there? No. But it is a 32. Alright, people, that's all I got, man. Catch you guys on the next one. Oh, one other thing. Shout out, big shout out to my boy, Gearhead Addict, running his stuff and putting in the work. Guy works hard, man. Alright, people. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.